Good evening, neighbors. Welcome to Family Camp night number 2. So glad you're here with us on this amazing Tuesday evening. I'm Jeremy Holbrook, the founder of the Big Idea Camp. We are a nonprofit organization that partners with schools and organizations inside communities to help kids know, and to help families know that you can treat others right, make smart decisions, and maximize your potential. A lot of things that we do in school, we provide a national leading character development curriculum called Core Essentials, which is phenomenal. And even one in middle schools called Reconnect, RICO. But this week's important. This week's special. This week we're all together. We're meeting as family because family time is special. Your influence matters. And this week we are talking about influence, and we have defined influence as changing the world just by being you. And if I was going to recap yesterday, our first night together, I would tell you this: you are special, just the way you are. There's nobody else on this planet exactly like you, and your words matter, and the way that you treat others matter. That wraps up yesterday. Today is a different day. We're gonna have some fun today. This evening. This is kind of a parent night, a kind of adult night, kind of the career-based night. I am so excited to get with our friend Sheryl this evening. Sheryl Jackson from the John Maxwell Team is going to lead us in discussion tonight about influence, about how we can best use our influence, and she's going to drop about $5,000 in incredible prizes and gifts from the John Maxwell Team that can only better us, that can only sharpen us to do what we do better. But before we get going, as you know, we do a lot of giveaways, we do a lot of games, we do a lot of fun stuff. I want to congratulate the winner from last night's challenge, last night's contest. We asked people just to take a family photo, right? And hashtag the Big Idea Family Camp. And here's our winners from last night. And they are going to win 4 haircuts from Sideburn Stadium Cuts. So Andrea and my buddy Jude's up top there. That little guy at the top with the cool mohawk. You may be thinking, maybe that kid does need a haircut. Truth is, that is one of the coolest guys I know. He plays on the same Little League baseball team as my son does. I get to coach him. So congratulations, Mr. Jude. Your mother, because she took this amazing photo of all you beautiful kids, you get a haircut now, pal. And let's just imagine that mohawk might be gone. So speaking of fun, speaking of good times, here's what happened yesterday. Yesterday I went to one of our Walmart superstores in the tri-state area, and one of my favorite things in the world is an Oreo cookie. You can't deny it. Oreo cookies may be one of the greatest inventions God ever inspired on someone's heart. But what I also saw, hold on, I'm going to take a drink real quick. What I also noticed is that now there are flavors of Oreos that perhaps should not be made. Ever. Like, why would you do that? Why do you need that flavor of Oreo? Why can't we just leave it? Man, I sound like an old school person. Why are you doing this new stuff? Why are you messing with the Oreos? So I thought maybe we would play a game today, just kind of break the ice and have some fun. Let's play this game called Did They Oreo It? Did They Oreo It? And how this game is played is simple. The Oreo flavor list keeps expanding. However, there's still a few flavors that haven't been Oreoed yet. They've not gone there yet, and the big word there is yet. So try to determine if the following flavors have been Oreoed. Have fun. So question number 1. Have they made the Oreo birthday cake cookie? Have you seen it? Have you tried it? So what do you think, yes or no? Have they made the Oreo birthday cake? And the answer is, oh yeah, it's there. Right there it is, the birthday cake Oreo. What are you doing? I mean, I do like birthday cake. The birthday cake ice cream at Superhero Creamery is pretty awesome. Dig it. Okay, pancake batter. Have they made pancake batter Oreos? And my response is why? Okay, they did not Oreo it. Sorry. No pancake batter. Who likes... Dude, pancake batter is not good. Let alone a healthy, wise decision. Not just healthy, but just wise. No one likes pancake batter. Cookie dough is good. Rocket Pop. Have they made a Rocket Pop Oreo? I didn't see it yesterday. Nope. They have not made Rocket... What is Rocket Pop? Is that like Big Red? Is that like the bubblegum flavor pop? I don't know. Candy cane. That's like seasonal, right? Have they made a candy cane Oreo cookie? What do you think? Have they made a candy cane? Oh, yeah. Look, limited edition. Limited edition candy cane Oreo cookie. Well, that's solid. What we got next? Creamsicle. That sounds logical. Creamsicle Oreo cookies. Have they creamsicled the Oreo cookie? Sure they did. The Creamsicle Oreo cookie. Limited edition. Yet again. You know, that sounds really good, though. I do like that flavor. I like Dreamsicle. Maybe that's it. Maybe... Yeah, I don't like Creamsicle. I think I like Dreamsicle. Is that the orange and the vanilla? I like that. Mango smoothie. That's daggum specific. Mango. Is there mango smoothie Oreos? Let's see. No. They didn't Oreo it. Sorry. Maybe they said not yet. Marshmallow crisp. See, that's probably the best thing about Oreo. It's not marshmallow. Let's see. Oh, they got... Look at... Man, that's Rice Krispie treat. Don't lie. Don't Walmart version that. Okay. The Marshmallow Crispy or limited edition Marshmallow Crispy. Banana Split. I don't know about Banana Split. I know the Banana Split milkshake at Crisp and Summit is incredible. What we got here? They did it. I didn't know that. Banana Split Oreos. Man, I made this slideshow and I forgot this answer. Who knew? All right. Peanut butter chocolate chip. I can see that. No, they didn't Oreo the peanut butter chocolate chip. Sorry. Fruit punch. And there better not be a fruit punch Oreo. That's... What are you doing there, Nabisco? Might as well put the Kool-Aid Man's face on that glass. You know what you're doing. You marketing hacks. Strawberry shortcake. Is that the cartoon character or the food? Strawberry shortcake Oreos. No, they didn't. All right, that's the last one. That's the last one. Wow. So, who knew? We know a little bit more about Oreos now, don't we? So, okay, let's ask this question. Let's do this in the chat box. If you were going to create a new Oreo flavor, what would it be? What's your favorite flavor that you like sticking? You know, it's so tricky, though. Because, I mean, I guess you could taste the wafers are different flavors, but kids, how would you use your creativity? What flavor of Oreo, as if the original wasn't amazing, but what flavor of Oreo would you use or would you want to create? I like blueberry. I haven't seen anything blueberry yet. Blueberry flavor is cool. Blueberry cheesecake. There it is. The Big Idea Camp. Blueberry cheesecake Oreo. In store soon. Limited edition. All right. So let's get on to our lessons this evening about influence. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a small 3-minute video clip first about the power of influence. And Sheryl Jackson from the John Maxwell Group sent me this video. I fell in love with this video because it's so simple. Doesn't even need words to show how transitional, how influence is caught and taught. And so I want to look at this together, and then we'll talk about it right after that before the lesson. But let's watch this intro. It's really neat.
Leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. John C. Maxwell.
What an incredible video. And again, wow, Sheryl, thanks for sharing that. Influence, influence, influence. We're talking about this week, and now let's really get into this tonight, guys. We can change the world. We were built to change this world. I'm not saying that like we're a Disney movie and we're going to blow smoke up your nostrils here. The fact is, we were created to make a difference. We were created to make an impact, and so much of that impact reflects on how we interact with others. Because here's the fact: you are loved, and you have the capacity to love others. You are loved, and so are they. And we've got to get on board with that. We've got to get on board with this responsibility of influence. And really looking forward tonight to learning from Sheryl Jackson. And you just saw her picture there and her contact information. And I truly recommend that after this video, go back and kind of rewind back to that point. You can contact her. She is such a great asset to this tri-state community. I'm learning from her. When we talk on the phone or on FaceTime, I'm taking notes on my iPad. She just gives so much great consultation about leadership and influence, and it is truly impacted the way that I work, the way that I talk, the way that I speak in front of and with people. It's just been a great skill sharpener. And here's the great news. After she talks today, we're going to talk about some of the gifts that she is giving to us. 3 people will be able to get a DISCO certification process, an online kind of assessment, which truly helps. Once you identify who you really are and how you operate, then you can start to plan and program your next steps. And that DISC, that assessment process with the John Maxwell Company is invaluable. I mean, it is going to be great. So, without further ado, let me introduce our guest speaker this evening for Family Camp. Adults, turn it on tonight. Listen, because I think this is not only going to help you in your workplace, but also in the family house setting as well. So, here, ladies and gentlemen, is my friend, our neighbor, Sheryl Jackson.
Hi, family campers and parents. Welcome to Influence and Changing the World by Just Being You. Did you know that you have the ability to influence those around you? Did you know you have the ability to influence your own mind and your own attitude? Did you know that you have the ability to impact community-wide projects and even great business ideas? You have influence, and you are an influencer. You have the ability to change the world by just being you. Hello, my name is Sheryl Jackson, and I'm a coach, trainer, and speaker with the John Maxwell Organization. So, who is John Maxwell? He's frequently called the leader of leaders. He is a consultant to the Pope and to presidents of countries. He has written over 100 books, and he is the highest paid non-celebrity speaker in the United States. The topic of influence is something that is very important and very special to him. He has traveled the world coaching, training, and mentoring others on this very topic of influence. He has sold over 26 million books on this topic. Coincidentally, John Maxwell is also one of my mentors. And he has influenced the way I lead, the way I coach, and the way I train business professionals and corporate leaders today. There are over 33,000 individuals like myself who are licensed and certified in training with John Maxwell programs and content. The work that we do is in 162 different countries. Me, I live in Ashland, Kentucky, and I am so delighted to be here with you today with the Big Idea Camp and the Virtual Family Camp on this subject of influence. and changing the world just by being you. So let's start by asking, what is influence? The dictionary tells us that influence is the capacity to have an effect on someone or something in terms of their character, their development, or their behavior. I have a surprise for you. Guess what? My dog is an influencer. I have a really big, a huge Saint Bernard. He weighs almost 200 pounds. And if you have seen the movie Beethoven, then you know. He is made of a lot of fur, a lot of love, and a whole bunch of slobbers. But what happens when a stranger comes up to the house or comes up to the yard and sees this big dog? My dog influences the behavior of that stranger. Unless it is someone who has learned the dog's name, has made friends with the dog, and has taken time to develop a relationship with my dog. Just like when you're making friends with someone, it takes time, right, to make a new friend. Just because of the massive size of my dog, he influences the behavior of total strangers. But before we go any further talking about influence, let's think about some synonyms or some words that mean the same as influence. Let's think about the word control, sway, guide, determine, affect. These are all similar words. So when we hear these words, then we can think about the word influence. But there's some other words that we need to understand that really help us, for instance, when it comes to influencing ourselves or others. Let's think about the word character. What is character? Character is who you are. Think about the word relationships, is who you know. Knowledge, it's what you know. Intuition is what you feel. Experience is where you've been. Past successes is what you've done. Ability is what you can do. So all of these words help with your influence and helps your influence to be the best that it can be. So now let's look at what John Maxwell says about the word influence. John C. Maxwell's book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, tells us in the law of influence that the true measure of leadership is influence. Nothing more and nothing less. I'm going to say that again. The true measure of leadership is influence. Nothing more and nothing less. So I want you to raise your hand if you can think of someone who has influenced you. Now, raise your other hand if you can think of people that you have maybe influenced. Whatever example that you just thought of in terms of how someone influenced you or how you influenced others, that had powerful influence on you. And let me tell you why. You just remembered that example. You could still remember it. So let's talk about some other examples where influence occurs. You can influence what happens when you make a recommendation about where to go to eat, or if you're going to grill out tonight, or maybe you're going to make dinner and you're going to take it over to an elderly neighbor or a friend, or maybe you want to pack a picnic and take it to the park. Your team coach influences the entire team when he's asked to receive a trophy for the team. And he acknowledges the entire team and all the hard work and the commitment and the energy and time you've put into learning that sport and giving it your personal best. Your parents influence how our government is run by closely looking at the character and capabilities of every candidate. And then they go and vote for the person that they think is going to do the best job for our country. You can also influence others by asking, could we please watch something different when maybe there's a program on that we're feeling a little bit uncomfortable about? You can also influence others by saying kind things about someone when others are saying unkind things about that person. You can influence the outcome and get better results with absolutely anything when you put your best self and your best energy into it. Now I'm going to make a slight shift and I'm going to share some things with your parents. But because you're such an amazing influencer, I know you are going to be listening loudly to what I'm going to say. There are 5 myths about leadership. Whoa, what's a myth? Anybody want to try to answer that one? What's a myth? A myth is something that most people believe, but it's not true. In short, a myth is a false belief. So here are 5 myths about leadership. Remember, leadership is what? Is what? Leadership is influence, nothing more and nothing less. So, myth number 1, the management myth. The leadership and management are not the same thing. Up until recently, a lot of the books that have been written about leadership have really been actually about management. So leadership is about influence. We've talked about that. Management, however, is about focusing on and maintaining systems and processes. Number 2, the entrepreneur myth. Oftentimes people think that entrepreneurs are really super leaders. Entrepreneurs are really good at identifying a problem or a need and solving for that need. However, they might need help with leadership. They're not always good influencers, so they might need to partner with somebody or hire somebody to help them with influence. All right, number 3, the knowledge myth. We all know that knowledge is power, right? Perhaps, but it's not leadership. At the universities, you will find many research scientists and brilliant philosophers whose ability to think is off the chart. However, when it comes to leadership, oftentimes they're not on the chart at all. Number 4, the pioneer myth. Many believe that whoever is out in front of the crowd is a leader. Being first is not the same thing as leading. Edmund Hillary was the first to climb Mount Everest. However, he had a guide who led him and the entire expedition to the top of Mount Everest. Number 5, the position myth. This is the greatest misconception about leadership that people think, and it's based on position or title. If you watch the dynamics in any group setting, wherever you are going to notice there are one who's leading and others who are following. You will also see that the people that are leading and the people that are following are not necessarily the ones with the title or the big position. So it has very little to do, leading has very little to do with who is in charge. How do we become a person of influence? This is something that a lot of great leaders ask who desire to have more influence. They've been very successful, but they want to have a greater impact in their life. We can influence others when we do one of three different things. Number one, we build rapport with them, like a friendship. Or we have something in common. Maybe we both like baseball, or we're in band together. Okay, maybe we go to the same church together. Number two, we have credibility. And maybe you're good at something, so that gives you credibility. People need your help. They look up to you. You have credibility. Number three is relevancy. We share with them something they care about, something that matters to them. It's relevant to them. It's important to them. That's relevancy. So, okay, now we're going to wrap up our conversation about influence. But when you exercise, what happens? You get stronger and better, right? So, you're going to get some exercises on influence, and it will improve your ability to influence others. So Jeremy is going to be telling you about how and where to go to get your influence exercises. And you can share these with your parents or teachers or whomever. Feel free to share. First exercise is influencing your day with a new routine. The second one is influencing your perspective with a heart check. Number three is influencing your mindset with a My Brain challenge. I have really enjoyed this time together with you today. It's really fun. It's a great influence. It's a fabulous topic. I could talk for weeks on this very topic. And I really hope that you have enjoyed learning about influence and that I have influenced you to learn more about influence. I know that each of us have an opportunity to change the world. I fully expect to see you changing the world just by the person that you are. Again, I'm Sheryl Jackson. I'm with the John Maxwell Team. Thank you, Jeremy, for inviting me to be with you today and be with Family Camp. I will now go ahead and turn it over to you and let you tell them how to obtain their influence exercises. Back to you, my friend.
Man, Cheryl, thanks so much. Wow. A lot to absorb today, but I love some of the things that I'm still sticking with that Everest thing, the Edmund Hillary, first up, but he had a guide. So just because you're out front doesn't make you the leader. That stuck in my head. Sometimes I rush so quickly to the front of the line, thinking in a leadership mentality, but that doesn't equal leadership. So, wow, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And there's some things that I am going to go back as soon as this is over. I'm going to go back and listen to that again, just because I need to make some more notes, to be truly honest. So, what did you hear there? What did you hear? And as she said, there are some exercises that I now want to kind of bring to your attention. Right now at 7, just here a couple minutes at 7:45. After this is over, 7:45, if you go back to the Big Idea Camp's Facebook page, I'm going to post those exercises, and you can bring them up on your phone, on your computer, print them out. It's a healthy thing for us to do consistently. It's a great way to really keep an assessment of where we are with our heads and our hearts, and it just helps us. It helps us get in the right place. But speaking of being in the right place, I want to show you something right now. This right here. If you're just in that business mindset and you feel like you're hitting your groove, or perhaps you're ready to take a new step. Maybe you're taking this new leap of faith. It wasn't too long ago that I launched a new company, a new business that does more media-driven things, drone videos, photography, makes videos, helps people with their social media. It was not easy. Sometimes that first step is not easy. So for some of the adults, maybe this COVID situation has given you a new start, a fresh start, a new beginning. I want to encourage you to look at this offer that Sheryl has given us, there will be three people. Three people. What I want you to do is I'll make this post. If you look right here at this John Maxwell Team, the DISC assessment, the DISC assessment, I'm going to make this very post on Facebook tonight at 7:45. And if you would be interested in taking this assessment, it takes a half an hour. You have to answer some questions, and you need to do it honestly. But once you answer those questions, you're going to get some really good information about yourself, about some patterns, about some decision making, about some leadership, about some influence that can truly help you from this point on. It's such a good feeling to know more about yourself and to share your feelings. And if you're interested in being a part and taking a DISC assessment, we're going to give 3 of those away thanks to Sheryl and the John Maxwell Team. So 3 people. So again, when you see that post, if you want to be a part of that, like this post at 7:45. And what I'm going to go, I'll put it in the random generator. Just going to draw 3 names from there, and I will get back to you tomorrow. We'll talk about the winners tomorrow. Hey, there's also one more prize. Sheryl and the John Maxwell Team are being extra generous, extra loving, and giving because they believe in our potential. They believe in your potential to be a leader, to be a person of influence. And I want you to watch this small video, and then we'll talk about this challenge. So check out this video.
Gather around the table, roll the die, challenge yourself and your team to a life-changing experience as you play the John Maxwell Team Leadership Game, a game designed to lower the barriers to honest evaluation of leadership within your company. A team, a management group, or a whole small business can benefit from the experience of this familiar game structure that comfortably brings your team to a safe and common ground, where truth can be discovered, trust can be built, and power can be unleashed.
Playing the leadership game is probably one of the fastest ways to break down barriers between people on any kind of team.
It's time to test your grasp of everyday leadership practices. It's time to hear, maybe for the first time, how people truly respond to your leadership, and learn how you respond to the leadership of others.
It was pretty incredible to see how just sharing our answers to what seemed like simple questions could really bring up things that many of us had maybe never thought about or never even said, perhaps.
Any group with a leader is held to a maximum growth by the level of leadership the person in charge operates within. It's the law of the lid. Raise your collective potential. The John Maxwell Team Leadership Game. Blow the lid off.
Wow, that is an incredible gift, and I know to be true. I've worked on teams in small organizations and large, and I think that there is such an importance to rhythm and synergy and how you work together. And so, again, Sheryl and the John Maxwell Team just being absolutely terrific. Do me a favor, if you're interested in that John Maxwell, the game, that team game, it's a team building, unity building. It takes 4 hours. It takes half a day of work, but it is so incredibly essential to get that team on the same rhythm. If you're interested in that, what I want you to do is just message me on Facebook. Message the Big Idea Camp. Send me a message and say, hey, I think this could be a really great tool for my team at work. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, adults, and Sheryl and I will communicate, and I'll give her your names, and we'll work something out there, because there could be some amazing impact, some amazing change once your team gets in the same boat, once you're rowing. Like, whitewater rafting is one of my favorite things to do in the summer. I really love it. I've got a group of friends. We typically go every summer or every fall to the Gully River in West Virginia. And I tell you what it takes. Everyone gets that paddle. But when you paddle in the same rhythm as a team, you get more accomplished. If everybody's paddling at their own speed, their own pace, their own rhythm, you end up fighting the current. You end up fighting each other's efforts. But you get in the same rhythm, you get more done. And that's exactly what this program will do. It helps get people in the same rhythm, in the boat, and you'll get further, faster where you need to be. So, wow, what a day. All right, so again, like that John Maxwell challenge for that disc assessment, like that, we're going to get 3 winners of that. And then also for the team building, message me, let me know what you think. Hey, let's close it up tonight. It's been a fun night. Thank you so much, Sheryl Jackson, the John Maxwell team. Incredible message, incredible truth. I'm getting ready to rewind this again and watch it because I need to hear it again. It's fun when I'm sitting here kind of running the show, pushing the buttons, going from one thing to the other, and I do hear it, I'm listening. But now I'm going to go back and listen more intently, take some notes. So again, thank you, Sheryl, for sharing that. Hey, are you connected? Are you connected to the Big Idea Camp? There's a lot of ways. Check it out. We got Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're there. We have this goal to encourage families in this community. We want to equip you. We want to give you these tools. We want to get connected to all these amazing people and organizations that care about you as an adult, as a parent, as a family, as a child. We just want to equip and encourage and engage in healthy growth. So tomorrow, let me tell you who we're going to bring on the show tomorrow. Families, if you're looking to change the world, you can start here in our own community. And we're going to talk to 3 specific people. I've got Courtney, Renee, and Todd from the neighborhood and the Oxford House. They're going to be talking about the neighborhood and this plethora, these 7 organizations that come together, work together as one, and the influence and the impact it makes in this community. From people that just need help with their rent, utility bills, or maybe they need clothing for an interview. Maybe they need a haircut. Maybe they just need some food. I can't wait for you to hear how not only are their needs met, but there is this healthy growth process. And guess what they need? They need your influence too. They need help, they need volunteers, and they need great people that smile and don't judge each other. Remember, because we're all on this equal playing field. Cannot wait for you to hear them tomorrow. Looking forward to talking to them. Hey, until then, I want you to know something. I want you to know that you are loved just the way you are. There's nobody else on this planet exactly like you, and we love you just the way you are. You are loved, and you have the capacity to love others. Guys, take the rest of this night, have some fun family time. Again, let me know what you think about some of this John Maxwell stuff, that disc assessment, and that group game that you can do. Message me, like that deal. And again, for the kids in the room, tell your parents to go back, look at our post right now, getting ready to post it right here. For those daily projects, or that just some mental and some physical and some emotional health assessments, it's up there on our website. It's up there at our Facebook page, The Big Idea Camp. Guys, see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Love you. Mean it. Talk to you soon.